Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, of course I can hear you. And I can hear the happiness in your voice. What a relief.
Yeah, for the time being. I mean, I'll be looking for a substantial post in the meantime. But yeah, at least I have a job once I
No more
cease to
nights.
be.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
One pressure off. You can, and all of this will add value to you. So first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Super congratulations. You really did it. What was it, like 1 week?
No, I had after I spoke to you, I had 2 days to prepare. So I really had to pull my weight in and do a bit of, reading. And kind of like just mentally preparing what I'm gonna say. And then at the interview, I think I just took it easy and it kind of flowed, so it was fine.
How did you do in 2 days or 3 days?
I just read a few things. Yeah, and I kind of knew what I had to what was going to be asked. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I guess in that sense, networking helps because there were people who were like really rooting for me. So yeah,
Okay.
so networking helps in that
And you
sense.
must have said the right thing for them
Yeah,
to.
exactly.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Because I think I was interviewing another person who was interviewing for the role was quite experienced. I was up against this person, so
Wow, that's
yeah.
important. That must be a really big morale booster, especially when you go for your substantive job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I usually see who has been sort of engaging with the stuff, looking at the master classes or something, and he was so far ahead of the game. The kind of preparation you had, like whiz, or shall I say, Hurricane Arpana.
No. Nothing like that.
No, you did very well. What would you say to someone who is preparing for their interview, the first interview or any interview?
I think what I would really say is that you have to know the department.
Okay.
And so if you're going to interview in a place you've not worked before, I think you have to go and you have to maybe do your background research about the department, go and meet them.
And that helps you. Okay. And what would you say about what were you like when you knew that interview was coming, and what were you like in the interview?
Yeah, I think I took it easy. I did not wind, well, it's hard to say. I was very wound up and worried, but at that moment in time, I just had like, there was, I knew if I was going to stress myself up, I was not going to perform well. So I just tried to think of it as, it's just like I'm talking to my colleagues and I'm not going to think of it as an interview.
So being relaxed helped you. So that's Asha, whether I get the job or not, I will do my best, and that's helped you. Okay. Anything else you would like to say? What kind of support you had from Career for Doctors? Anything you would like to say?
Yeah, I think because it was an obs and gynae interview, and with all these reports and everything, main issues which have been highlighted is like staffing issues, staff burnout, bad culture. So I kind of like prepared a mental framework of what I would say about all of this, and that got asked in different forms. Like there were 3 questions on that theme. So I think having kind of a theme in your head rather than preparing for a specific question, just knowing about that topic. So it wasn't like question can be asked in a different way, but it could be on the same theme. So there were 3 questions on that kind of a theme for me.
So recognizing, so we help by getting you to recognize the question, and once you recognize the question, answer was easy because you knew what you wanted to say.
Yeah. I mean, instead of preparing it as a question and answer, I think just reading about certain themes, especially in ops and gynae, because like governance is a theme, so it could be asked in a different way. Like questions, there could be many questions. You can't really control a question, but you can definitely read about the topic and have that knowledge where whatever comes, you can tailor your answer to that specific question.
And did you have a question that you felt, oh my God, how I'm going to deal with this in your interview?
No. I did. But there was this last question where they asked me, what did they ask me? Something about, well, tell me one incident or scenario where you had to change the course of your day.
Okay.
And how you dealt with that. So that was when there was like little out of the box question. So I kind of just related a scenario which I had been through recently. And there was at the end, I don't know if they always ask this, but they asked me, do you have anything to ask us? So I had got that. Actually, somebody had hinted me, they'll ask me that. So
don't ask any question.
I had a question in my head ready.
Okay, good. So what's the plan now? Getting ready for a substantive job and getting drunk on weekend maybe?
Sorry?
Celebrating on weekend maybe?
I have a lot of stuff to do for my ARCP, so I need to get all that, in order. But
and then get ready for substantive job.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. But I think it'll be
congratulations.
good to like keep in touch, and because I've like I'm still looking for a job. Potentially, might need to interview in near future, distant future. I don't know, depending on when the job comes up.
You
So
can. I'll let Angela know. You can join anytime, all the time. You have my number. Contact me whenever you need
okay,
anything
thank
or
you.
whatever. But top priority celebration, and I would say
Yeah.
congratulations
Thank
again.
you.
Well
Thank you.
done.
Thank you. Yeah, I think the most important thing is just putting in the research and knowing about the department a little bit before you interview.
So the pre-interview visit should be done seriously, not like
Yes, yes, yes.
just a ritual. Oh, I have to go and meet them, but you
No,
really
no,
need
no.
to show
Like
them.
it is an opportunity to find out about the department, because I think most people, I don't know if they, because they knew me, they were generous in the way, I met the service manager and I had asked her what are the challenges we're facing in gynae at the moment. And she told me about something like about the waiting list, like specific figures and numbers and what a specific challenge was. And she asked me that question in the interview. So I think it's an opportunity to find out again the themes of
Yeah.
questions that could come up in the interview. And
This is where the cleverness comes in the interview
yeah,
visit. What you are, they will tell you, but you have to
yeah,
ask them. They're not going to give it to you on a plate. So good.
yeah.
Okay.